Hey there friends, how is it going? My name is Rabbit and welcome to episode number 36 of Let's Play Through Lufia and the Fortress of Doom on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. In our previous episode, we parted ways after going back to the cave northward of Medan, or I guess more specifically it's a mine because you can find minerals there, and we were successful in finding the gem that we were ultimately needing in order to advance the plot. If you guys do recall, when we were in the green tower, we did find remnants of the ruby that we needed, but we couldn't do anything with it because it was all in pieces. So we came to the town of Rouen and we were informed that a ruby is effectively the same thing as a red sapphire, so we just needed to go back to their source of their own red sapphires. So this kind of begs the question, is there something special to the green jade and the red sapphire that we're each supposed to be in these respective towers? Because it seems like that's no longer the case, and all we ultimately need is just a generic green jade and a generic red sapphire / ruby. Because I mean, we came here, we talked to them, and we were trying to buy a ruby off the shopkeeper here in Rouen. So very weird. I don't know. I guess there's not meant to be an explanation to that, so we're not going to overthink it. But all you need to know is we were able to go back to the mine of Medan, and there was a gentleman there who actually had the Hope Ruby, no less, and he gave it over to us. So let's head to the left, and we are here in the red tower. For some reason, I almost wanted to call it the ruby tower, although I guess looking at the tiles that we're walking on, the shade I would say is more ruby than red. Would you not agree? I think Kenzo's hair is red. The tiles down there were more ruby. Anyway, high potion is to be found here, as well as a red ring. I will say I don't think I want to put this on anyone because we've got the blue ring and then the green rings already equipped. I like Lufia's flash ring because it does help boost one of her spells, so I just don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it. She doesn't really benefit from the increased agility. The defense increase is minor. And then I don't really care about the int increase right now, not in exchange for what she gets in terms of the spell boost. So Aguro, I also think this is not going to be ideal on because we do see him take a little bit of a dip in that magic resistance, which is imperative for him to have because, again, just as a reminder, his magic resistance is 35. Lufia's is 77, Jaren's is 48, Kenzo's is 54. Aguro is a little squishy when it comes to taking spells to the face, so I think we're going to pass on the ring here, at least for now. Some of you may be clutching your pearls and saying, oh my gosh, put that on Lufia, but I'm gonna wait. I think I like the way that everyone is equipped and set up right now. So anyway, a flame freak and a big meanie. What is this, kindergarten? Don't worry, we'll take care of the big meanies. Nobody has to worry about that when we're on the case. Now, I don't remember, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember if the enemies here are that bad. It would not surprise me if they are going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. However, I think we should be good to go. Our previous tower, the green tower, I was expecting to be tougher than it actually was. So I think our levels might be slightly ahead of where I have typically or historically been when I've played through this in the past. So yeah, I mean, this encounter really wasn't anything. And then again, you know, we really did optimize the agility on Jaren, so she is attacking pretty quickly. I think her responsiveness in combat is making a difference, so she's getting to go sometimes twice before the enemy gets to do anything to us. So I don't know. It might be just a matter of our levels. It might be that, you know, we did a good job on how we wanted to boost our team. Either way, I'm happy with it. You know, but I will say their damage is not a joke at all. Fortunately, Jaren will actually be hitting level 20 here in just a little bit. She only has 918 XP to go. So I will have Kenzo heal up our team. I don't think we really need stronger. a little bit of strong. Well, actually, maybe I should have put stronger on Jaren, but she'll be fine. She will be just fine. And honestly, Ruan is not that far, so if we absolutely needed to, we should be okay to go back to town. We won't worry about that for now. Let's head on over here, and we have a spell potion. Oh, come on. Really, game? I guess it does expect you to recast, which is fair. And we found a power potion, so I'll make sure to make use of those. Let's get out of here first. Really? I just came back. But good to see you, Gargoyle. I see you're still holding that grudge from before. No need to be so feisty and upset about things. I called you a mermaid once. Are we really going to be mad about this forever? He's probably thinking, yeah, just a little bit, Rabbit, just a little bit. Clearly not a mermaid. You know, I challenge that Gargoyle. I say minus the wings, a bigger resemblance to mermaid than a gargoyle. Speaking of gargoyle, wait a minute. Hold on. We'll table this gargoyle conversation. Did we just get an ear tip from this big meanie number 2? What is an ear tip? Did we cut off part of his ear? I feel like there is a Bible story in this. What on earth? I'm not sure how I feel about this. Can we eat it? You can't use it here. You guys, I honestly don't remember what the ear tip is for. That's a little disturbing. Okay, well, not only did we defeat our foes, but we're chopping off body parts? I mean, why not? Gotta set an example, right? We can't have them bucking up at us. Do they know who we are? We are Kenzo and crew here to save the world. Absolutely not. I mean, and we've seen with the Horquins that we've just murdered them and then stripped them of their clothes. So why should it surprise me that we would chop off an enemy's ear? I'm sure our party has done far worse things to enemies. So we will not dwell on that too long, or else we might have some nightmares for sure. But anywho, what I was starting to say before we got that ear tip and I got distracted, once again, a new distraction, but this one is positive with Jaren getting another level. 7 HP, 9 mana points, 4 strength, 4 int, 2 agility, 5 magic resistance, and now she also knows stronger. And that is going to be useful. So we will happily take that. And this is so sad. Poor Aguro's only level 19. He is struggling, honestly, with his XP gain and his stat accrual, but he's so strong that I suppose it makes sense for him not to gain levels as quickly as everyone else. So we'll work with it. We'll roll with it. But anyway, Gargoyles. We'll leave this in because I'm trying to ask you guys, do you remember that old Disney cartoon called Gargoyles? I loved that cartoon. It was so mysterious but engaging at the same time. I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about. So it used to come on, what was it, Toon Disney, I think is what it was called? Or was it just called Disney? I think it was called Toon Disney because Darkwing Duck was on there. There was like another cartoon called Gummy Bears. All kinds of crazy crazy shows were on there, but really cute. Kind of reminded me of like an American version of Moomin Valley or the Moomins, if you guys know what I'm talking about with that either. I might be alone here and you guys are like, what in the hell are you talking about? Anyway, actually, what am I doing? I see a chest there. Why don't we... we've got a lot of doors and stairs and everything to take, and I've not been paying attention. No biggie, no biggie. We'll just go in some sort of pretend order here, or at least when I say pretend, I mean that I'm actually plotting and scheming what we should be doing versus just, you know what, throwing caution to the wind and seeing what comes from this. But what I was saying, oh, we don't want to drop down. Let's check this. I'll talk about cartoons here in a second. This is Elven writing too. Can you read it, Jaren? Blue is blue, green is green, red is last. Blue is blue. So if blue were red, we'd be in big trouble. What does it mean? That's a good question. So blue is blue, green is green, red is last. So blue is blue. So if blue were red, we'd be in big trouble. What does it mean? That's not a lot of info for us to really work with, game, but whatever. At least we know that Jaren can, in fact, read Elven writing, so I'm guessing Lufia's feeling pretty dumb right now for that scene she created earlier. The good thing about those is that they really don't have high defense, so they die pretty quickly. But okay, before another enemy comes at me... Oh, float. Very nice. Too bad we've got the spell, which is infinitely more meaningful for me. And before I forget... It was Jarin, I believe, that got stronger. I just have to, you guys. I have to. You know, I just cannot take it easy until I get all of my ducks in a row there. Nice try, Horrorquins. They were trying to mess with the team, but it was not going down like that. Not on my watch. Okay, anyway, cartoons. So, Darkwing Duck. Moomins, I don't think came on Toon Disney in the US. I want to say it did not. But anyway, the point of what I was saying is Gargoyles. I thought that cartoon was absolutely amazing. I don't know how many of you ever watched it. There were a few cartoons from when I was a kid, so any of you that grew up in the late 80s or early 90s as well, you might have grown up getting to see some of those shows. And I think looking back on them, some of them were ahead of their time. They were so good, but it wasn't like they were dumbed down specifically for a kid's audience. But kids obviously were kind of the focus or the target, but adults can enjoy it too, because as I'm kind of going back through now and watching some of these, is this a door? Okay, it is a door. As I'm going back and rewatching some of these, oh, a power gourd, and we got a magic guard. You know, I guess they're okay pickups. Nothing really too stellar there. Anyway, as I'm going back as an adult, the point of me even bringing up Gargoyles and all of this is that I have been rewatching recently some shows. So Gargoyles is one. I've recently been rewatching Moomin Valley or Moomins, whatever translation you guys got. Or maybe it only... Is Moomin Valley maybe the most recent one? There's like a CGI remake that came out, I want to say a year or so ago. I'm talking about the old animated one that I think it was actually a Japanese studio that animated it, but the story in the show itself is, it's some type of European country. I don't remember which one, but anyway, it's so cute. If you guys have never seen the Moomins, absolutely adorable show. I never watched it fully through as a kid. I just saw a couple episodes here and there, and oh, there is a smoke ball. Let's see what else is hidden in this room here. But I'm going back through now. Oh, a magic guard. Okay, so really nothing here. I'm going back through now as an adult, and I have to tell you guys, that show is so charming. So if you have not had the pleasure of watching the Moomins, Moomin Valley, whatever it's called, in whatever language or country you're in, I would highly, highly recommend it, just because it really, I don't know, it speaks to my soul, and I love the characters, and the way they speak in particular in the English version is just amazing. There's something just very comforting and soothing about that show, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, definitely Team Snuffkin. I would say he is my spirit animal for sure. Most people I know now, when you talk about watching cartoons that maybe seem like they're aimed at kiddos, but adults can appreciate, I feel like a lot of people really like more modern cartoons. So what is it, like... Oh, what is that show called? Steven Universe, I think, is one of them. And then Adventure Time was when I was in high school. And then there was another one that I know a lot of people really, really enjoyed. Let me see just what's down this way. I know what. Let's wait. Let's go northward first just because it's closer to us. And good call, because there was a high potion up here. I will say, just super quickly, there is one and it's got like a blue jay. And I don't know if it's a raccoon. Is that what it is? I don't know what that's called, though. And then there was a recent one, too, called, like, We Bear Bears. The point of me saying all this, I've not watched any of the more recent adult/mature kids cartoons, but I appreciate that there are a lot more that are coming out that multiple generations or multiple age groups can very much appreciate, because I do think some of those older school ones like Darkwing Duck or like Gargoyles, where they had maybe some darker themes, but they were still entertaining and humorous, and a kid can love it and not get all the jokes, whereas an adult can still equally enjoy it and find it engaging, but maybe not too serious. I don't know. So I've not watched Steven Universe, but I would like to, because I have heard from quite a few people that it's supposed to be absolutely amazing. You know, way back when that Bee and Puppy Cat film, it was like a short film it wasn't through Cartoon Network, but that Frederator, I think is what the guy's standalone network was called, or studio. I know I'm using probably awful terminology to refer to these entities and groups, but you guys hopefully know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I remember when Bee and Puppy Cat first came out and they had like announced that they were planning on doing their own cartoon series. I was so excited because I actually really liked the look and the feel of the pilot for it. I did not like the shorts or the episodes that got released quite as much. I just didn't enjoy the style as much, and I feel like the personalities of the characters, it seems like they were kind of lost in the actual series, versus the pilot doing such a beautiful job of capturing the spirit of something really cool and pseudo-evasive, but also there was a lot that you could kind of unpack with what was presented to you. I really loved the Bee and Puppy Cat pilot, and it's my understanding that there's supposed to be a new season that's been worked on for the last 2 years that's supposed to come out, I think, on Netflix. But anyway, so Lufia got a level before even Aguro. Aguro, what are we doing, sir? You need to catch up for real. Jaren is now doing victory laps around you. But in the meantime, Lufia hit level 21 and got 4 HP, 7 MP, 5 Strength, 5 Int, 1 Agility, 2 Magic Resistance, and she learned Bolt. Side note, since we're speaking about cartoons, that Disney film, I think that was before the merger of Disney and Pixar, I thought was hilarious. I believe Miley Cyrus was the voice of the little girl. Bolt was a really funny cartoon if you've not seen it. Anyway, so she learned Bolt, and Aguro, it looks like, is on track to gain a level sometime this year, so that would be wonderful. Let's look at the description for Bolt, which says it is a big bolt of lightning and it hits one enemy. Okay, so not a lot for us to work with there, but you know what? At least we get to see something new. I'm always excited. Also, why I really want to leave that flash ring on Lufia. I don't know. I'm hard pressed to remove that, especially for the stats that you get from the red ring. I just am not super convinced. Yeah, I'm just not convinced this is really the way that I want to roll. But you know what? It's fine. It does what it needs to do, and we'll make it work. You guys, that was a little too close for comfort. Look at Kenzo hanging on for dear life. And he's close to getting another level. I don't know what is going on with Aguro. He's a slow and steady kind of fella, I think is his situation. Which works. We're definitely using stronger, though. Let's not even play. I want the team to be looking fresh, feeling funky, and our mana is okay. We've got 50-50-50, really. Or honestly, it's 50-56-56, but I don't think that's that bad. So we're just gonna say it's okay and keep on keeping on. Okay. Well, if the enemies want to keep playing with me, then maybe I will have to go ahead and use one of the magic pots that we picked up. Probably only for, I'm thinking maybe only for Lufia. Kenzo and Jaren should both be fine. Because as I'm sure you guys are well aware, we are going to have an encounter here. We had heard back when we were in Ruan in our previous episode that there is some sort of entity or being that disrupted whatever good works that the water fairy, I think they called her, was doing, and now there's like a swamp that's formed where their fresh water supply was. So I think we already know, yeah, there's definitely something a little sus going on, and we see this rather disturbing face, just kind of hovering here. But why don't we go ahead and part ways here, friends? And when we come back together in episode number 37, we will investigate this weird, spooky ghost ghoul creature. It could very well even be, it kind of looks like water, doesn't it? Maybe there's something going on with the water fairy and she hasn't put her makeup on yet. We don't know. We're not going to judge. We're going to hold off until episode number 37 when we can actually speak with the being and see what is going on. But until then, everyone, take care, be good, and I, your host Rabbit, look forward to seeing you in just a moment in our upcoming episode of Let's Play Through Lufia and the Fortress of Doom on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. I'll see you guys there.